Alright, let's get right into it. I'm going to show you guys how to dog walk your opponent on wake up, how to pressure the shit out of them. The first move I'm going to show you guys is the shimmy. So basically you go a bit forward and you back out at the end. And this is what's going to happen. I'm going to uppercut him, go forward, he's going to miss. Boom, I get a free combo. The beauty about that is your opponent loses 2 bars if they decide to do that attack, and you get a free punish. Or if they try to like wake up uppercut you, they're gonna get punished also. So that's good against those opponents that try to do wake up attacks all the time and uppercuts and stuff like that, you know. And yeah, because they think, oh, my opponent's gonna come in on me, and then nope, back out, and then boom, start opening up on your opponent. So that's the beauty of the shimmy. There's no failure, and if your opponent decides to roll forward, that's fine. You're going to be ready for them. You have the drop on it. You know that that's an option of theirs. They roll backwards, that's fine. You can start throwing projectiles. If they jump up, all right, get ready to anti-air their ass because you're in range. So it's basically you're safe and your opponent is not. So that's the beauty of the shimmy, and I would highly recommend practicing it and doing it in match because it's really good, especially in the corner against, you know, people that panic and shit. The next one, it's kind of hard to do. Let's see, it's kind of hard to predict, but what's really good is the jump in, a simple jump in. If your opponent tries to uppercut you, you can get the timing of it, jump up, their uppercut is gonna miss, and you can do the jump in. So that's what makes the jump in really, I mean the jump up actually, sorry, boom, the jump up. You know, it's very different for your opponent when they're using their wake up attacks. It's completely, you know, it's different. But if you know that your opponent has weak wake up attacks, you can definitely do the jump ins. Or if they're just, you know, blocking when they wake up or uppercutting, this is a really good option for that. You could get clipped if your opponent, you know, times it, but there's also a good chance their uppercut could miss. Or if they're just blocking down and mashing down one while you're jumping in, boom, you get a free combo off of that. And that's the beauty of it. Boom, you do this, you can start opening up on your opponent or whatever. So that's what's really good about the jump up. So, but at the same time, you know, you're definitely in range, and there's times where you know you could do this and you could get clipped. So that's the thing about it. So, you know, use the jump up with caution. You have to use it with caution. So it's also really good in the corner. I would definitely recommend doing it in the corner, but it's good mixing it up and adding the jump up because you can get an awesome combo off of it. So yeah, so you could do it like this, for example, with Jackie, and then do that. Another one that I really like to do is you get your opponent that right there. The beauty of this right here, so basically you go forward and then you make it seem like you're gonna jump up or whatever, start pressuring your opponent, and they use their wake up attack, and at their minus 17 you can get a grab going, or you could simply just punish that. So that's what's really good about this right here. And if your opponent decides to be a savage and to try to grab you, you gotta be ready for that. You gotta get ready to tech the throw. So there's that. I really like using this move because it will completely throw your opponent off, especially if you're shimmying a lot and stuff. Alright, so the last one is actually kind of special, and that is the crossover. It can be kind of tricky to defend against, the reason why I'm saying that. So you notice how Kung Lao's body changes once freaking Jackie's feet land, right? So the thing about the crossover is sometimes when you know you do a crossover and your opponent tries to do an attack, their character is still going to be on that side, so they have to wait just a little bit, and while they're waiting just a little bit, they can get hit by that. So let me actually control Kung Lao, and I'm going to control Jackie, right? So that, simply that. So I'm going to wake up blocking, right? So you have to really time it. Like, you saw that right there? You saw how I missed right there? You saw that? Or I'm going to try to do an uppercut. Completely miss. So you have to just wait just a little bit. And the problem with waiting just a little bit, what if my opponent doesn't freaking, what if you're, you know, what if your opponent doesn't like even do their crossover? Well, they're gonna hit you. You're literally risking it waking up with doing a standing one. What a lot of people don't know is that when people wake up and they're blocking and then they try doing the standing one, The problem with that is there's a bit of a delay. There's a bit of a delay for your opponent to get out of the blocking, and then to do the standing one. By the time you do the standing one, you're gonna get clipped. So that's what makes the crossover pretty deadly in this game, is that there is the, like, if you're waking up and you're blocking and you get up, that takes time. And by the time you know you wake up, you're like blocking, crouching down, and you know you're throwing your standing one, you're gonna get hit. And also, it's an overhead, so you basically have to stand up and then boom, let it go. And it can be really timing, especially online. That shit can be very tricky to defend against. Because as you saw, if Kung Lao wakes up with a freaking uppercut, that's gonna miss. Even their wake up attack is going to completely miss, and then boom, you know, they get hit, and you know, you can start opening your opponent up with combos and stuff. So that's what makes the crossover pretty deadly in this game. It's that you could definitely defend against it, absolutely, but it's a bit tricky compared to the other ones. So that's what makes the crossover pretty deadly in this game. That is just tricky and annoying to defend against, and you have to be patient with it. And it's all about timing. Like, it's, you know, the worst thing you want is throwing your standing one and you're throwing it on the opposite side of where your opponent at, when your opponent's all the way over here. So that's what makes the crossover fucking deadly. So hope you guys learned. Holla back. Check y'all later.